Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Upper School Convocation. We are collected here today to formally begin the start of our school year. We gather together to charge each class with goals and with reflections that will last throughout the year. We challenge each class with words of wisdom gathered from the students of last year. Listen and remember carefully. Previous classes have reflected on their experiences and have thoughtfully crafted their challenges to you. Please join Dr. Markley in the singing of Standards High.
Standards high, uplifting and wise, spirit ever true. All your aims in life will follow, ever true to you. High above ideas of others, sing your noble rule. Here's to you, our alma mater. Here's to Barstow School. Proud to be your sons and daughters, proud to bear your name. Sad indeed will be to leave you, leave your halls of fame. High above ideas of others, sing your noble rule. Here's to you, our alma mater. Here's to Barstow School.
Thank you, Dr. Markley. Please welcome Leah Adams and David Goulden, who will read the charge to the freshmen.
Hi, freshmen, and welcome to Upper School. You made it. You survived 3 years of middle school and years of lower school, all for this moment. So pause a second and take it all in. Now, we've all stood in your shoes before, so we know what you're going through. And we're here to help you move forward and have the best freshman experience possible.
First, sleep is sometimes more important than homework. I know last year I found myself becoming very sleep deprived because I didn't set enough time aside to do my algebra 2. And I would stay up every night working, and it would be exhausting, and it definitely takes a toll on you. So your teachers understand that sometimes you have activities and don't get home until late. Do your best to get your major assignments done ahead of time, but don't lose sleep over small assignments. You will burn out.
Second, don't be scared. This 9th grade year is going to be different from any year you've had. For some of you, that means a new campus and new classmates, but for others, it's simply new classes and experiences. It will all be more challenging, and I know this can be a scary time. Remember that you're not going through this alone. There are 55 other people undergoing this same mindset. And because of COVID, many of our sophomores are experiencing new challenges as well. We're all in this together. Never be afraid to ask for help. And most importantly, do not be afraid of the upcoming months and years of your upper school adventure. Embrace them.
Third, go to your teachers for help. Freshman year is definitely a step up from last year, so academically, find out what free periods you share with your teachers and try and go in as much as you can. They want to talk to you, they want to help you, so talk to your teachers and just get as much help as you can. It's not something you should be ashamed of. Go in, get help.
Fourth, get involved. Yes, everyone tells you this over and over, but only because it is so important. Join everything. This means trying new sports, new classes, new music opportunities, and new clubs. You never really know what you enjoy until you try. And please, find your own path. It's okay to do activities with your friends, but I encourage you to try things alone. If you don't discover a new passion, you will definitely find many more similarities among your other classmates.
Finally, try and have fun. I think my biggest regret is it took me until about second semester to realize what I really enjoy doing, rather than just working towards deadlines. Do your best to understand what your teachers are trying to get across to you. the more you can sort of get what they're putting down and really try and enjoy it, the better school will get, trust me. As we're moving back to a normal school year, we are hopeful that a lot will get better for everyone, and I look forward to a great year.
Good luck, class of 2025. We cannot wait to see how this upcoming year treats you. Look around. You are surrounded by people who are going to change your life. Moving forward, remember to be there for each other. We've all got your back. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee and David. And thank you for joining us, freshmen. Please welcome Esther Chang, Mary Colombo, and Aishi Sethi, who will read the charge to the sophomores.
Sophomores, first of all, congratulations. You finally made it out of not only your first year of high school, but what also might have been the most confusing year of your life so far. This past year was tough for so many of us with COVID, but to see you all here today in front of us, and not through my laptop, brings me immense joy. This year, you will be challenged both mentally and academically. And I think it's safe to say that last year was not normal. You were deprived of a real foundation of high school. And this year, you will have to work harder than you ever have. While that may sound scary, I'm not saying it as a bad thing. You will learn so much from every single one of your teachers and peers. You will expand your knowledge, skill, and perspective to an extent that you have never thought possible. By the end of this year, you will hopefully be able to understand how to properly write an answer with significant figures in chemistry, craft a 10-page research paper in history and English, and realize that the only thing standing in your way of getting those participation points was that mute button on Zoom. And I know everyone says this, but do not procrastinate, especially on the sophomore research paper. Read your books and pay attention in class. And finally, speak your mind whenever you are given the chance, because you no longer have to fear accidentally repeating exactly what someone in class says when you are online because that swivel microphone was just not working.
While yes, staying on top of your grades is important, it's also necessary that you take care of your mental health. It's okay to take a break, you deserve it. Just know that one bad day, grade, or wrong answer isn't going to ruin your life. Your teachers and classmates all understand the struggles of being a high school student, so you should never feel ashamed to ask anybody for help. Whether this means asking a teacher to explain a topic one more time, going to the school counselors, or just simply asking a friend. Also, make sure to communicate with your teachers. I know that may be a lot to ask, and to some it might even be scary, but it can really make an impact. All of our teachers are here to help you succeed and grow, which I know you will, so respect their roles as educators, take advantage of their knowledge, and let them help you.
We also urge you to take advantage of clubs, sports, and other social activities if you didn't get the opportunity for them last year. Hybrid learning wasn't easy, and all of us know the struggle of facing a new environment in completely new circumstances. But don't be afraid to reach out and explore what Barstow has to offer. If you want to do something like run for a class officer position or create a club, just do it. One day, you might find yourself regretting the things you didn't do, more so than the things you did do. So don't let these opportunities pass you by. Use good judgment in your decisions, of course, but do remember to seize the moment. Life is all about making good use of the time we have on our hands. Lastly, enjoy yourselves. Sophomore year is a perfect time to discover who you are without the burden of rigorous standardized testing. So go into this year with an open mind. Connect with your friends. Pursue your passions. Have fun and always make good choices. From all of us, thank you for listening and have a wonderful year, sophomores.
Thank you, sophomores. Join me in welcoming Selena Spurrier, who will read the charge to the junior class.
Good morning, juniors. Barstow is a place where teachers encourage us to break the status quo and define ourselves as we choose. This may be a direct quote from High School Musical, but it still holds true. This is a unique place where you have the opportunity to participate in anything. Take advantage of the fact that we are a smaller school and try out for the musical, join a couple of clubs, go to the soccer game after school. You won't remember sitting at home and watching Netflix on a Friday night, but you will remember dancing with your friends at prom or going to Andy's with your castmates after opening night. Junior year will be difficult, and you will have to focus on homework and projects. But it is important to create balance between your academics and personal life, making time for what brings you joy. With that in mind, set yourself up for success for your senior year. Take the time to lean on the resources that you have, your classmates, your teachers, and the knowledge that you have accumulated over the years. Find out what works for you in the classroom with different study styles and note-taking strategies. Put in the work for the knowledge, not the grade. If you're participating in class and making an effort to engage with the material, the grades will follow. Mr. Luce can attest to that. So, take the time to explore the things that you've always wanted to try. Try out classes that intrigue you. You never know what might spark a passion for a career or a lifelong interest. But most importantly, get your head in the game, juniors. You've got a big year ahead of you.
Thank you, Selena, and the juniors. About you might as well be standing there too. We are pleased to have a special guest with us this morning to give the charge to the senior class. Caden Williams, class of 2020, is currently studying at the University of Kansas, majoring in mathematics with a Spanish minor. While at Barstow, he was a National Merit Finalist, winner of the Headmasters Award, and member of the Cum Laude Society, National Honor Society, and Spanish Honor Society. He was part of the 2018 Boys Soccer Missouri State Championship and was the Misha 2018 All-State Player of the Year, as well as an All-American nominee in 2019. You may remember him as the BTVN weatherman, and he can currently be found on the pitch as an assistant coach for Barstow's boys soccer team. The Barstow faculty and staff remember him fondly as gracious, kind, enthusiastic, a joy to have in class, an inquisitive, mature mind, a curious soul, and always passionate and prepared. Please welcome Caden Williams.
I have to be honest, I didn't know that those things were going to be said about me from the faculty, so now I'm a little bit emotional. Good morning, class of 2022. I'm thrilled to be standing in front of you today, and it is a very humbling experience to be asked to do this. Before I start, I would like to thank the faculty who did ask me to be here today. It is an amazing honor, and it's always a joy when I get to come back and be a part of this community again. Now back to you guys, because today is about you. This is why I'm here. So I asked some of your classmates, what kind of advice do you think, would make this speech good? Because I didn't just want to come here and rant, and just go on, and none of you get anything from it. And when I asked one of your classmates, that person looked me in the eyes and they said, listen, if you want to have a good speech, you need to do 3 things. Make it short, sweet, and to the point. So that is what I'm going to try to do today. But hopefully I am able to pass something on to at least some of you today as I speak to you for a few minutes. So firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the fact that we are currently living through some of the strangest times of your lives, especially for those of us who are going to school at this point. When I thought about exactly what I wanted to say to you all, it quickly became apparent that many parts of our lives are so uncertain at this time, and we often aren't able to plan for the many issues and obstacles that pop up in front of us. So rather than trying to tell you all how to avoid running into trouble, I decided to tell you what to do when you get into trouble, when you come up against some snag across your senior year. So we're going to talk about a concept today that is prevalent in Stoic philosophy and Buddhism. And while I am neither an expert in Stoic philosophy nor Buddhism, I can read. And simply put, what the concept is the obstacle is the path. The obstacle is the path. So that's what we're going to focus on today. This idea seems a little counterintuitive, right? How can an obstacle be the path if it's what's blocking us, from progressing? So let's start by examining the kinds of obstacles we will face, or you all will face, going throughout this year. Obstacles can be anything from waking up late for school one day, or fighting with one of your friends, dealing with physical illness of any kind, which I know is a big deal right now, struggling with mental health, doing poorly in a class or on an assignment. We see that so many things can be obstacles to you all this year. And I don't say this to scare you or tell you that this won't be an amazing year, because it will. But these obstacles can and will come up. And there are many other things that could occur as well that will times make you feel like there is a roadblock in your path to having a great senior year. So at this point, it probably sounds like I'm just going to stand up here and tell you how awful your year is going to be, but I promise it won't be. Because although some of these obstacles may come up throughout your senior year, throughout your entire time at Barstow, you've been equipped with the tools to deal with these things. You've been taught to think critically and analytically, to adapt and think on your feet, to make empathetic choices, to reach out for help when it is needed, and to act in a respectful manner towards others as part of a diverse community. If you maintain the core values distilled in you by the wonderful education you've received in these halls, your ability to overcome these obstacles that I mentioned earlier will be exponentially higher. Not only that, but your ability to grow in the process will be elevated as well. So now I've told you that you're going to face these obstacles, and I told you that you can overcome them. But there's one more thing that we can learn from this idea. When we truly understand that any obstacle that we come up against is a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block, you will be able to embrace the process of this school year. Understanding that the obstacle is the path will bring you peace as you traverse through your darkest valleys and bring you gratitude whenever you make it back to your highest mountaintops. So as you continue throughout this school year, remind yourself that the struggles that you will face will pass, that you will overcome those things, and you will be better equipped to continue on your journey of life. Find peace and joy in every moment, good or bad, knowing that any obstacles you face as just another step on your path. The obstacle is the path. Thank you.
Thank you, seniors. Caden, you're a difficult act to follow. Thank you for being here this morning. We appreciate it. Faculty, it's my honor to address you this morning. This is not a privilege that I take lightly, with many of you serving as role models and mentors so many years ago when Convocation did not exist, and you continue shaping the lives of young people today. The new year is upon us. Each year is full of rewards, challenges, successes, failures, memorable moments, and moments we would rather forget. Each year, a new group of students brings us positivity, joy, insight, acumen, and yes, at times, frustration. After completing a year filled with difficulty and turmoil, it is my hope that you are able to get back to the basics this year. Enjoying class discussions, engaging deeply with novels, completing hands-on labs and projects, and feeding off the energy students provide in the classroom. More than anything, I hope you rediscover or reignite what drew you to teaching in the first place. For me, the year was 2007, the stock market was in turmoil, and I was mulling a career in the finance industry. Even though the trading floor had a penthouse view of the Brooklyn Bridge and Statue of Liberty, the only view I enjoyed was 3 monitors and a bunch of spreadsheets. I was miserable and bored and knew that a change was needed. At a crossroads, I thought back to my teachers at Barstow. I remembered the pride they brought to work, the positivity and joy they modeled daily, their delight in stretching students to be better each class period, their willingness to be vulnerable and relate to students in creative ways. More than anything, it was apparent they enjoyed what they did. They enjoyed who they worked with, and the days that they left leaving happy largely outnumbered those days of sadness or disappointment. I hope you don't take the opportunity for granted to work at a wonderful place with wonderful people doing wonderful work. You have a team of supporters around you, eager to help, and we are always just an email, a door knock, a short walk, or a lunch conversation away. It's my best wishes for you to have a wonderful, wonderful school year. Thank you so much.